Hey everyone, my name is Coach Crispy, and in this video, we're gonna go over how to find your shooting form and technique. So at the end, I'm gonna be giving you 3 drills to help you master your technique once we found it. All right, so stick around to the end so you don't miss it. So starting from the ground up, we got 3 variations. 2 of them are just the same, it's just flipped if you're a left-handed shooter. So I'm gonna show you the first one. As a right-handed shooter, my right foot always in front of my left. Maybe like 1 or 2 inches. I'm gonna have my feet not pointed directly at the hoop, maybe like a good 45 degrees to the left, right? To the left of the hoop or wherever my target is. That'll help keep my knees, hips, elbow all in line when I take that shot. So for lefties, it'll be the same thing, except now my left foot is in front of the right. My feet are pointed slightly to the right. Again, just to keep everything in line with my knee, hip, elbow, everything in line to shoot. Now the last variation is just having your feet squared away. Both one foot doesn't have to be in front of the other, just feet squared to the hoop and pointed directly at the hoop. I suggest being shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit skinnier, right? But play around with those two. If you're left-handed, obviously the other one. If you're right-handed, the first one. Okay, so play around however it feels comfortable for you. Make sure you're stable and balanced, which will help you as you go further up into your shot. Moving on up from the feet, now we got the arms and hands. I want you to be very relaxed. I don't want you don't have to be so tense when you grab the ball. That'll cause a lot of misses. This ball should rest around your stomach, right, or belly button area, just below your waist, okay? Right hand, if you're a right-handed shooter, or left, doesn't really matter, kind of on top of the ball. Left hand, right, my guide hand, should kind of be under where my right hand is. So my right hand is up top, my left hand not completely blocking my shot, but under and a little bit to the side. Your hands should never be close to each other or even touching when shooting the ball. Our wrist needs to be loaded before we shoot or at the top of the release. Depending on you and your preference, you can start, so our hands on top, you can start with your hand slightly loaded or completely loaded down here, which now brings my hand behind the ball. So those are your options. You can start with your hand on top, or because your wrist isn't loaded yet, or you can start with that wrist loaded, which gets your hand behind the ball, as you see here. At some point when you bring the ball up, whether you have your hand on top or behind, wrist loaded already, that wrist needs to be loaded once you're up here. Gives you a nice arc on your shot as you follow through as well. Now that you've figured out how you like your base, which is your feet, you've had your hands on the ball, how you like it, comfortably for you. Now we're gonna talk about how we bring the ball up. So the line should not be a straight line, it should be a kind of a curve. Now some players, for example, Mikal Bridges from the Nets, right? He has an exaggerated lift path. I'm not saying you have to shoot it like that, because he is a 40% shooter, but find the middle ground. You don't want it to be a complete straight line, but you don't have to have it such a crazy exaggerated curve. Something in between, right? Try to figure that out for you, whatever's comfortable for you, right? That makes it easier for you to just release that ball, okay? So this is our shooting path. Okay, again, that's just too exaggerated straight line, and then somewhere in between. And the ball always moves first, body comes after. And now to add on to the final touch, which is our release and our follow through. So, got our feet right, we got our hands right, we got our lift path right. Now, all I want you to do, on your lift path, right, bring it up to just above your forehead, right? Again, once it's up here, that wrist should already be loaded, ready to fire. And think of it like this. Once I bring that ball up, think about pushing through that elbow, right? Straight up, right? Push through like you're giving a high five, but you follow through all the way. And the last fingers to be touching that ball should be that index and middle. So as I follow through, I kind of point as well to my target. Once ball's at the top, follow through, point to my target. And this is gonna take a lot of practice. So I'm gonna give you 3 drills to help you master your form. Again, everybody shoots different, but all the best players have similar qualities. And that number 1 quality I believe you need to have is getting that wrist under that ball. That's probably the biggest thing you need to have. And again, from there, push through that elbow and follow through. So the first drill we're gonna work on, I call it touch shooting. You're gonna try to start with the ball already up at your release point, right? All I want you to do, have that wrist loaded already, push through your elbow, follow through, catch it. Try to make sure it goes in a straight line up, straight line down. Even though you are a right-handed shooter, I want you to get 10 perfect reps of it going in a straight line up and down with your right hand, and I want you to try it with your left hand too. But this will help you develop touch on your floaters, on your layups while you play. So for the second drill, we're gonna incorporate that left hand. Again, keep it under and a little bit to the side. You're gonna go to the side of the backboard. So this backboard is pretty skinny, which makes this drill a bit harder. All I want you to do, we're gonna shoot like we're gonna shoot at the hoop, but I want you hitting the side of the backboard, making sure the ball comes back to you in a straight line. So straight line to the side, straight line back to you. You got 20 perfect reps here, okay? Perfect reps, so that wasn't perfect because it went a little bit to the side. Perfect meaning it goes straight back to you like that one, okay? Last and final drill, there should be little hooks that hold the net. If I'm standing in the front, there should be 3 kind of close to each other right in front of me. There's one directly in the middle, a little to the right, a little to the left. Your job, with your shooting form, is to hit every single spot. So you gotta call it out. So I'm gonna go right. I gotta hit that right spot. So right side, hit it. I'm gonna go middle, I hit it. On the left side, hit it again, there. I want just 30 hits that you hit, like call and hit correctly. So if I call middle and I don't hit middle where I did there, that's 1. If I call right and I hit middle, does not count. All right, so you gotta call it and hit the same spot. Again, 30 hits, getting the call correctly. There you have it, those 3 drills to help you master that new form that you just got. I really hope this helps you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to message or comment down below. I'm here to help. So, and if you want, you can send your videos. I'll have a link where you can send it so I can go over it and then give you some little tips or any questions that you need answered. Okay? Again, this is gonna take time. Don't expect for it to happen overnight. The more you do it, the more you practice these 3 drills, the quicker you will find your shot. Other than that, keep working, keep practicing. I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you so much.